Hi everyone, welcome back to my shed. This is episode 5 of my first timer's guide to riding the Scottish 6-day trial. In the first few episodes we covered sort of personal preparation, physical preparation, what to carry in your backpack, what to wear, bike preparation. So this episode is I'm going to cover sort of what you do on sign-on day. Or weigh-in day, as it's traditionally known. I don't honestly know why it's called weigh-in day. I don't ever remember seeing bikes being weighed or riders being weighed, so I don't know. But if anybody does know the answer to that, let me know. So the trial always starts on the first Monday in May Day. And the day before, the Sunday, is the day you do your sign-on. Now, the sign-on starts at 10 in the morning. And because of that, most people tend to arrive in Fort William. Certainly people who are traveling a long distance would tend to arrive on the Saturday, just to sort of, so you don't have any sort of last minute travel worries or anything like that. So by this stage, having paid your entry and had your entry accepted and all that, you should know your riding number, everything. You will have received an email from Kirsten, the secretary of the event, and that has a comprehensive list of final instructions. And in all of that, there is a list of documentation that you'll need to bring, the location of the sign-on, and the location of the sign-on this year has changed. Usually it was in the Nevis Hotel. This year it is in the Nevis Centre. So that is, for anybody who may be watching this who's ridden before, that is where the prize giving usually takes place. So it's the Leisure Centre and Aird, I believe it's called, and that is located behind Morrison's supermarket at the top end of the town, as most people would know it. It will be signposted. It will be signposted, so you can really only go in and out of Fort William two ways. So it'll be signposted from both those directions. So as I said, you will have got an email that will let you know what documentation you need to bring with you. Now, you will need to bring your competition license. If you live outside of mainland UK, i.e. Scotland, England or Wales, you will also need a document called start permission. Now, my license is issued by the Motorcycle Union of Ireland, so I apply to them for start permission, and basically what that covers is if I'm unfortunate enough to injure myself during the course of the event and I'm not able to get myself back home, then it covers that repatriation cost. So like I say, anybody from outside mainland UK is required to have that. On the subject of insurance, and at this point I probably should say that as a rider, you are responsible for not only your own conduct on the road and complying with road legislation and road laws, but also your bike has to be road legal as well. So it needs tax, insurance, and if it's of an age, it needs a valid MOT, etc. The insurance for your bike needs to cover the road element of a competition. Now, check the small print on your insurance, and if it doesn't cover that, then the Edinburgh and District Motorcycle Club can give you a top-up insurance for the week for the 6 days of the event, and I believe that's about £50 or £55. But if your insurance doesn't cover it, then it's well worth having. So you've got yourself signed on, you've produced all your documentation. You will then receive a goodie bag, as I would call it. I don't know if it is a goodie bag or not, but it has some stickers, it'll have your t-shirt, it'll also have your riding number, which looks something like one of those, only cleaner. And what I would advise you to do there is put the number straight onto the bike with the cable ties provided. and take your bike straight down to the paddock and put it through scrutineering. Some people tend to leave that a little bit last minute, with the result that there ends up being a bit of a queue to get through the scrutineering. So as soon as you get signed on, get the number on the bike and get down and get scrutineered. Once you've been through the scrutineering, the bike goes into parc ferme, and you really that's you then for that's all you have to do. The riders parade takes place on the Sunday afternoon, and you need to be back in the paddock for 2:30, and you need a helmet. You can wear your gear, or you don't necessarily have to, but you definitely need a helmet. So then once the riders parade's over, bike goes back into parc ferme, and that's you until the start of the event on Monday morning. So like I said, I wanted to keep that bit sort of fairly short and sweet. Quite a lot of sort of information there, but important to just remember some of that stuff. What I will say, while we're on the sort of administrative side of things, the Edinburgh and District Motorcycle Club have been running this event for over 100 years now, and the work, effort, and everything else that goes into it is it blows my mind. Running events here and doing bits and pieces. I know the time and effort that it takes to run a little club trial. What it must be like to run an international trial for 6 days is just incredible. So as a rider, it doesn't do any harm. To give you an idea of the sort of the numbers of people that are involved, Kirsten Pennycook, the secretary, she has a team of about 20 people involved in the admin side of things. The clerk of the course, Jeff Horn, he has a team of about 30 guys that are split up into five or six different teams, and they go out and mark out the sections and do the in between markers, and they're out the day before marking the next day's route, etc., etc. But they're also following the last man round every day, and picking up the in-between flags and the markers, and making sure everybody's off the course and everybody's safe. The fuel stops are manned by the Army, and that's organised by Sandy Mack, and they do an absolutely superb job all week. It doesn't matter what it's doing. It can be blowing a gale. There's maybe one guy holding down the gazebo while the other guy's trying to fill your bike, and it doesn't matter what it's doing. They will be laughing and joking and have a smile on their face. It's great to see those guys. Sometimes they can just give you a wee pick me up when you need it during the day. There's over you will be riding over quite a bit of land, obviously, over the course of the trial. There's over 100 landowners which have to be liaised with, permissions asked and granted, just to run the event. And last, but by no means least, are the observers. And again, between the observers and the officials that man the time checks and the lunch stops and the parc ferme, again, there's around about 100 people there. So, like I say, as a rider, when you're riding over the top of the hill and you're looking at just unbelievable scenery, wondering how the hell did anybody ever get here, and there's a little orange flag, just spare a thought for the guy that put that flag there. When the fuelers are being blown sideways and they're still laughing and smiling, putting the fuel into your can, the observers are out in all weathers. Likewise, the guys stand at the time checks, and the guys marking the sections. So just doesn't do any harm just to say a wee thank you every now and again, because it is an immense undertaking to put the event on, and nobody, they're all there giving their time, so we as riders can have 6 of the best days that you're ever going to have on a trials bike. So just bear that in mind, and we thank you every now and again. Like I say, it doesn't go amiss. That's it for this episode. I'll see you in the next episode. We're going to do sort of root card, time control, all that sort of thing in the next one. So thanks for watching.